शक्तियां इस महाराष्ट्र में पृथ्वी तत्व से निकली हुई और यहीं पे श्री चक्र भी विराजता है। आप लोग सब जानते हैं कि महालक्ष्मी ही मध्य मार्ग है और उस मध्य मार्ग से कुंडलिनी का जागरण होता है। इसलिए हजारों वर्षों से इस महालक्ष्मी के मंदिर में उदो उदो अम्बे कहा जाता है, क्योंकि अम्बा कुंडलिनी है और कुंडलिनी की शक्ति महालक्ष्मी में ही जागृत हो सकती है। इसलिए महालक्ष्मी के मंदिर में बैठ के अम्बा की गीत गाया जाता है। कोलासुर को मारा था इसलिए इसका नाम कोलापुर। कोलासुर नाम का एक राक्षस था। कोले का मतलब होता है फॉक्स को क्या कहते हैं? नहीं, लोमड़ी बहुत वो हल्की होती है। सियार के रूप में वो आया है, मतलब उसकी शक्ल सियार जैसी। उसको देवी ने मारा, इसलिए इस जगह का नाम कोल्हासुर को मारने की वजह से कोल्हापुर पड़ गया। लेकिन हर जगह जहां जहां मंदिरों में पृथ्वी तत्व ने इस स्वयं विग्रह तैयार किए, वहां वहां बुरी तरह से लोगों ने पैसा बनाना शुरू कर दिया और मंदिरों की तरफ कोई ध्यान नहीं दिया। मंदिरों की हालत बहुत खराब, लोग अपना पैसा बनाते हैं। इसलिए कभी कभी लगता है कि इन मंदिरों में चैतन्य दब सा जाएगा। अब आप लोग आए हैं, हो सकता है कि फिर से महालक्ष्मी की शक्ति इन मंदिरों में जागृत हो जाए। सुषुम्ना नाड़ी इस प्रकार बनी हुई है जैसे कोई कागज को आप 3.5 मरतबा लपेट लें। उसकी जो सबसे सूक्ष्म बीच की नाड़ी है उसे आप ब्रह्म नाड़ी कहते हैं। उसी नाड़ी से पहले कुंडलिनी को जगाया जाता है और जब कुंडलिनी इस नाड़ी से ब्रह्म नाड़ी से बिल्कुल सूक्ष्म नाड़ी है, एक बाल के बराबर भी उठ जाए तो वो ब्रह्म रंग को छेद सकती और ब्रह्म रंग को छेदने से आत्म साक्षात्कार की शुरुआत हो सकती। ऐसे मध्य मार्ग वो इतने विशेष रूप का बना हुआ है कि कितनी भी आपने उसमें बाधाएं डाली है तो भी वो कुंडलिनी के जागरण के बाद धीरे धीरे प्रशस्त हो सकता है। और इसी चीज का अवलंबन लेकर के हमने सहजयोग में पहले शिखर और उसके बाद उसके इस तरह से ये मंदिर बना। पहले शिखर मराठी में है आदि कल समागम आए, पहले शिखर बनाना है और उसके बाद उसकी नींव डालना है। तो किसी तरह से जब ब्रह्मानंद छिप जाए उसके बाद थोड़े से प्रकाश में बहुत कार्य आ सकता है। सो आज हम लोग महालक्ष्मी की पूजा करने वाले हैं. मराठीत सांगायलाच नको महत्व कोल्हापूरचं सगळं तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. पण एवढं जाणलं पाहिजे की जोगवा इतक्या दिवसापासून आपण राहतो. परवा मी मला विचारलं का महालक्ष्मीच्या देवळात जोगवा कशाला म्हणतात? महालक्ष्मी के मंदिर में जोगवा आते हैं, माने जो माँ से योग, हमें योग दीजिए, हमें योग दीजिए. माँ से महालक्ष्मी के मंदिर में बैठ के योग आता है. महालक्ष्मी के मंदिर में बैठ के दो दम एक योग आते हैं. तो त्यांना काही उत्तर सुचे ना. मी त्यांना सांगितलं की महालक्ष्मी हे मध्यम आहे, सुषुम्ना नाडी आणि त्याच्यातच पुरलीचं जागरण असं. I welcome all of you from abroad, and this Kolhapur is regarded as one of the deities temple. There are 3.5 deities, or you can say 3.5 points of the Kundalini. So it is said that in this triangular bowl of Maharashtra, because it is surrounded by, on all three sides, by mountains, and the plateau is in the center. So all the three sides make a nice triangle. Is the Kundalini of the whole universe, of the whole world, is expressed by Mother Earth in Maharashtra. There are 3.5 energies which are coiled together. The first one is of Mahakali. This Mahakali power is expressed into Japa. As Bhavani, and Shivaji Maharaj used to come on a horse all the way for miles together to get the darshan of this Bhavani to Japa. He knew this. And he had a sword which was called as Bhavani Kalwa, and people said that the goddess herself has given this sword to him. And the second one is Mahasaraswati. He is at Mahurgad. We always sing Mahurgad, our very song, that is the one. Is Mahasaraswati, which is also called as Renugadi. That's the right-sided Mahasaraswati. Then the third one is Mahalakshmi. That is at Kolhapur. Here, a very bad demon called Kolasa was killed by the mother. So, this place is especially very holy for all of us, because you got a realization as the Kundalini went through your Sushumna Nadi, which is being nourished by Mahalakshmi princess. So in the temple they sit down. It's a Mahalakshmi's temple, but they sing that, "Oh Ambe, please rise, please rise, please rise." This comes with the full understanding of the Sushumna Nadi. 99.9% people don't know, because all the knowledge about Shakti is being lost due to the different timings, and people never worried about it. So one has to realize that in Indian Shastras, scriptures, Shakti is the most important thing. is to be understood. Why? Because, say now, if you have a light, or if you have fire, what is the power of fire? The power of fire can be that it can give you light, it can burn away things. But supposing it does not have its power, then who will care for fire? Nothing. So anybody who hasn't got the power of being the spirit, it is useless. So this power, this Shakti, has to be awakened within us because we do not have the power of the spirit. We have to have the power of the spirit. That's only possible if you get your self-realization. That is the reason it is very important that we should pay attention to our power. Now this power is made as the power of a mother. Mother is the most loving relationship. And through that relationship, all the love is expressed. That is why the Shakti is that of a mother. And affection, the love, the patience that mother has for her children, the Shakti too has the same powers. And that is how the Shakti never can harm. Out of all these Shaktis, all these powers, the highest of all is what we call as the Kundalini, because without her you cannot get realization. But also we can say, higher than that or complementary to that is Mahalakshmi power. Without the Mahalakshmi, you cannot rise. This is the ladder through which this power of Kundalini can rise. So both the powers are very important and very much related to each other. Mahalakshmi principle starts when we have finished with Lakshmi principle. Like in the West, people are fed up with the fears, fed up with all the riches and all that. So they are thinking, what have we achieved? We have gone into balances. So what should we do? We have to balance ourselves. So how do we balance ourselves? We have to have the knowledge of the spirit. That is called an adhyatma. You have to know what is the knowledge of the spirit. And to know the knowledge of the spirit, Kundalini has to be awakened, and that you are to be connected to this all-pervading power. Once that happens, you just become one with that energy, and you get transformation into yourself. Because there is light, and in the light you can see all your problems, all your defects. And also if you know how to correct it, it's the easiest thing to do, is to get transformation itself. All of you are being very much transformed. And now I find it difficult even to recognize you. Because all your faces are changed, your attitudes are changed, they look so different, so beautiful. Today seems to be a special day for me. Here in Mahalakshmi temple, that Mahalakshmi is being awakened. And I'm feeling really in that state of thoughtless awareness. I don't know how I'm talking. And I'm just in the meditative mood, absolutely meditative. Because when you are in the center, you don't think. You are in meditation. That is why Mahalakshmi is very important. So when you are fed up, you can feel there is something missing, and then you take to Mahalakshmi principle. But in India, because of so many saints, we feel that we should short circuit. Or let us develop our own adhyatma. Let us develop our knowledge of Atma and then take to science. So there is no more imbalance within us. Because without the foundation of adhyatma, knowledge of the spirit, you take to any kind of progress, you can talk to down. That's why all the Western entrepreneurs, enterprises, and also projections of religion have gone to waste. Because there has been no balance. It is important that we must have balance within ourselves. Now in India we have people who have this idea, at least that you have to rise higher than materialism, and that you have to become one big Virat, part and parcel of the whole. This they know. And that's what, by doing that, once they get to Sarjona, they grow very deeply, depth. But then they have achieved with this faith that we have to be self-realized and that we have to feel the all-pervading power. This conviction itself gives them the depth. And so when they achieve realization, they just go down very deep. But most of the time, people who have never heard about Ganesha, who have never heard about Kolhapur, who have never heard about Maharashtra, are sometimes much better, much more deeper than the people who know all these things by heart. So, one can be done that those who know outwardly, those who know through their books, or through some gurus who teach them something, are absolutely outside. They have nothing left to tell us because they have had no experience of the self. No experience of the self. That's only possible when your Kundalini rises and breaks your Brahman. That is the time the first experience comes to you of this all-pervading. So all those people who have been only just praying to Mahalakshmi, have been going to her, doing a lot of penances, fasting, this, that, have no idea as to what Mahalakshmi wants. And they always complain to me, Madam, we've done this, we have done that. People are very religious. They are doing all kinds of ritualism, what we call as karma kanda. But with that, they do not reach where you have to. So one has to understand that whatever has been written and told about all these great things in India, people may know in words, but in experience they do not know. So Sahaja is very important to give them this experience so that they can really verify whatever is said in the science of spirituality about getting realization is absolutely true. Not only that, but it's very practical. And every person who gets realization can understand it very well. So we are here in a very holy place full of unholy people. But still, there are some very good people here also. And because of Mahalakshmi, they make very big ornaments, because these ornaments are offered to the goddess. You can feel there a kind of a subdued feeling for God, feeling for spirituality. But they do not have the experience that you have. So you are much higher than all of them. And those who have the experience can feel more once they go to the temple. You can go to the temple to see this place also. But give yourself a big bandhan, because I've seen it next to the deity. there are very fine people sitting. They are doing all kinds of commercial activities. They are selling flowers, they are selling everything. So to be careful with the person who can go and see yourself. Now they say that if temple is made because it is Swayambhu, it's the one that has come out of Bhakti, you can see yourself if there are vibrations. And moreover, you must know that this puja of these deities are done by people who are not at all in any way religious, but are just commercial. Commercialism can never give you any satisfaction, can never give at all any satisfaction. Apart from that, it can take you to something unknown, dangerous shores. But if your faith is pure, without any greed, without any demands, then you develop your depth within yourself, which is very helpful after sadhana. It's a remarkable thing how the Sri Chakra is here and how they have been